You won't believe what happened today when people saw my Volvo. One guy in the market, on the parking lot, he asked to sell my car for him, and another guy approached to my car and he riding around my car and he was really impressed. So today let's talk about why we should preserve our old Volvos. Not only because we love these cars all our hearts, but also because of this reaction of people which they are really impressed by these cars, by their condition, by their design. So let's look deeper for this aspect of our Volvo restoration journey. Patrick's Garage. Thing is that this is story, it was my trip to country, and first our stop was near a small grocery, and one guy approached and he said, "Oh, this is sunroof, so old car, which year of your car production?" And I answered that this is 1972, it was my green color Volvo, and he also was impressed, but he not asked to sell this car for him, and we continued our journey. And another guy on parking lot, he was so aggressive guy, very strange rank of these guys which think that they can do whatever they want, probably, let's say so. And he approached my car. I was a little bit scared. Why he approached my car? He was on this luxury car, his car, and he approached a really fat guy. He approached my car, solid guy, let's say so, and he asked, "Oh, show me your car. Do you want to sell me your car?" I said, no. But probably his thoughts were that this car really dirt cheap. Probably I said that he should orient it 5 grand and maybe 10 grand if he really want to purchase, if he want really buy this car. "Oh, you should polish your car," as always they going to say me, but I answered, "No, I'm not going to sell my car." So, and he asked to open a driver door. He want to touch steering wheel, and he said, "Oh, this car from my childhood," things like that. And this really treasure for Volvo lovers, for those guys who treasure classic cars. So we know this is additional support from out. Yes, we know we treasure that this is really greatest car, but we not require additional validation. We exactly know that this reliable car, beautiful car, and this desire that we going to approach to them, they deserve that we going to restore this car. We treasure this car. And this really a piece of automotive history. We want to treasure this not because this is really old, something rare, but we want to say this is automotive history. And yes, my green color, well maintained green color Volvo. And this car attracts people, Two guys approached to my car and I asked them, "How you think, which car older? This, my car, gray color with scratch, rusty, and this car, green color?" And they said green color, but green color 72, gray color 69, but green color great, maintained, painted recently. So it looks like a museum from museum car. And this certainly car design. which attracts to particular guys which prefer these cars from 60s, from earlier 70s, and this car, even 72 from earlier 70s, they inherited a lot of features from 60s, and they're not so spoiled by modern electronics, like later cars from 80s, from 90s. They like cars a little bit facelifted, but this is cars from 60s, and I can compare with real car from 60s. They looks like. And so this reminds us that we, in right way, we should continue, maintain, restore if it need. So this additional support for us as owners, and even down the road, one guy threw thumbs up from his windows. And yes, I was really glad this jest. More worse if another jest guy showing throw into the window. Let's agree, but this I'm really treasure this attention, and this really great. So it's not required to spend a lot of money to Volvo maintenance. You can do a lot of things. You can wipe the dust from dashboard. You can clean this car and protect it from salt, from rust. Especially now, if you're going to riding around all winter on salty roads, you want to protect. And recently, my brother approached me, his old Ford, really rusty. He want to weld it before roads will be salty. It's not enough time before this period, probably. And this external admiration from another guys, which maybe one guy was young guy, another guy was a really old guy, and he asked me about age of this car, and he said, oh, these times this was a really great car. This was old guy, I remember. Have you had ever someone notice your car and approached with the same enthusiasm and asked anything about your car? And now, a lot of guys, one guy was near me, I parked near the market. He approached me and started to tell this story about his father, and said that his father owned 240 series, and yes, 140 series really similar 240 series Volvo, which more popular because they produced them let's count since 1972 till 1993 or 4, correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm really interested about your story. Maybe this happened with you too, that a lot of guys want to approach your car and say anything about condition your Volvo in real life. I mean, not in these sessions when they especially want to approach all these Amazons and other cars, and in real life. Near grocery, where they're going to approach you and say something about your car. What they going to say when they approaching you? I'll catch you in the next one on Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Click the subscribe button and notifications bell so that way you can be notified as soon as I upload new videos about car repairing.